Does your low back constantly feel stiff from standing for prolonged periods? Here are three of my favorite ways to decompress the low back and stretch some of the muscles that connect the pelvis to the spine. The first one is a door frame lat stretch. Of course, you'll feel this in the shoulder, but the lats actually have a distal insertion to the backside of the pelvis and can pull the spine into extension when it gets stiff. So it's important with this stretch we stay completely rounded with the pelvis tucked under. A common mistake is people start with the hand too high and completely open up the hips, which decreases the stretch and shifts it into the hips. So start with the hand directly across from the shoulder and keep the pelvis bones completely pointed forward. Next is a side plank oblique stretch. Tight obliques will cause a pelvis to hike or rotate on one side. So sink the hip down toward the ground and make sure the hip is just hovering and not just resting to maintain a decent leverage for the stretch. You'll notice the knees are in front of the hip slightly and the lumbar spine is maintained in extension, which will stretch the obliques to a greater extent. Last is the wall-supported spine segmentation. Set up in a mini squat with your low back glued to the wall with a foam roller between your hands and thighs. Maintain slight downward pressure of your hands into the roller as you roll down the thigh and peel off your spinal vertebrae one at a time until just the pelvis is on the wall. To intensify this and distribute more load into the legs, we can do this in a kickstand one leg at a time. With all these stretches, we want to prioritize our breathing, gentle inhale through the nose, full exhale through the mouth, as many muscles in the spine assist in respiration, and this will allow us to maximize the decompression on the spine.